y'all can't hear it, so that's why I'm singing. When you want, baby. All right, I think I'm live. Is it? Yep, it's live. Cool. Yay. Okay, I'm all right. All right, it's time. It's time. It's time. All right, guys. Hey, so happy Friday. Hope y'all had a good Friday. All right, so where do I start? Go ahead and put your questions in the comment section below, so you can basically ask me whatever you want to ask me about. This is your chance. So if you want to ask me about your life, please be specific with your question. Asking me, what do I see? What can I tell you? What do I see in love? What do I see in your health? Can I tell you about your job? Is too general. Get specific. If you don't get specific, your question will get skipped. It's pretty simple. So be specific. I need to understand what you want to know. So not random stuff that just can pop in my head. So be specific with your question. If you want to connect with someone in spirit or loved one in spirit, let me know who you want me to connect to, and I will try to connect to that person and bring through any messages or information of love and healing as well. If you want to be on video with me, you got to get to Instagram, because that's where I'm doing all the videos at. So to talk to a loved one in spirit on video with me, just get over to Instagram, and then at the bottom of the screen there's a little button that lets you select. It's like a little like cross camera, and if you click that, you can request to be a guest. And that's how I pick my people. I don't just like go through the comments and pick people. I actually like to go into that, and that's how I pick who's going to come onto camera with me. If I do select you, if you haven't already requested, it's going to alert you, and you'll have to accept. If you have crappy Wi-Fi or crappy internet, it's probably not going to happen, and we may not even connect. So just so y'all know, because I only give y'all so much time, and then I keep it on going. So let's see. I don't see them. I don't hear them. They don't communicate the way that we communicate. They don't use words, language, etc. They may try to give me the sounding of a name that's connected to them, to someone that they're with in spirit, or someone who's alive that they want to acknowledge. But they don't communicate with sentences and words and paragraphs and phrases. They don't do that. So they have to basically simplify their message, and then have to use a thought and emotion or memory within me that can help me understand the message. So for example, and I always tell people, this is what I teach people with the students. If someone is trying to tell me about apple pie, they may not just show me apple pie, although that would be the easiest thing. For me, what is burned into my memory is not apple pie, because I love apple pie, but I haven't really eaten apple pie as often. But what is burned into my memory is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and her eating the red apple. So if I get an image of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but I get the image of the apple part and someone getting an apple, and then I start thinking of when I used to go out and eat at House of Pies in Houston, immediately that is how I put my message together. So I have to take the pieces they give me and figure out where they're going with it or what they're trying to say. It's a lot easier when I'm talking to you on camera, because I can affirm it, or I can clarify or get clarity from you if I'm completely misunderstanding what I'm getting. But that's why I prefer the camera stuff, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to do what I can to share with you what I get with the comments readings as well, okay? If you are on Facebook, there are people who are on Facebook who will message you if you post a comment or you ask a question. You might have people who message you asking you to message them, or I feel drawn to you, my beloved, or I'm going to give you a reading or whatever. That's nothing to do with me, and if you accept those people or you want to engage with those people and you lose your money, that's on you, okay? Because I warned you, you got it from me first. If you want to know about the work that I do, just go to my website. I know sometimes people, when they have a live or they have a moment to talk to me, they want to actually have time with me. You can schedule an appointment with me. You can just go to my website. All of what I offer is there. So if you need a follow-up, you can pick a 15-minute appointment. If you want a full reading, you can get a full reading. Everything is available to you, all the pricing, all the availability, etc. I know sometimes after the lives, people want to message me or text me or try to private message me, and they want a follow-up or they want more. I'm like, no. This was the time. This was it. I have very strict boundaries, y'all. So I'm like, this is my time. I'm giving to y'all in this moment. So that's it. Not every other minute of my life. I have a very specific code that I go by, and I have an agreement with them. I said, hey, I will give y'all what y'all need from me, but y'all need to respect my boundaries. So this is how I get my cake and I can eat it too. But if you want time with me, go to my website. Everything's on there. I think that's it. I think that's all I need to tell you guys. So, all right. My statements are personal opinions. They are not established future events. Whatever decisions or actions you take in your life, you are 100% responsible and liable for. You can change your future. It's never set in stone. And I am not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. You can still ask me those kinds of questions, but for legal medical advice or treatment, you should hold on, guys. Okay, there it goes. Looks good. Okay, it was weird. It was like I don't know what was going on. It was like there was a little. I'm on an iPhone, and there was a little whenever I'm like screenshot recording or whatever, it shows up there, and it was showing up there and blinking back and forth. I'm
there
like,
goes. Okay, cool.
Am I going
Sorry,
out?
guys. On Facebook and YouTube, I had my e-reading setting up, and so that's why you were seeing all those words. That was just the settings for the.
Sorry, guys. On
Facebook. All right, cool. So let's get started. I'm gonna go in any particular order. It's gonna bounce around
so that's
here.
why you were seeing all those words. That was just the settings for the e-reading stuff. Okay. All right.
Holly,
cool. So
when will I get?
I'm gonna go in any particular order.
Good evening, Fernando. When will I get pregnant with my first baby, and how many children will I end up having? Thank you,
Holly.
I actually think you'll end up having 4 children in your life, but I only feel like you'll end up having.
I actually think you'll end up having 4 children.
I definitely feel more confident that you'll have 2, but I feel like the third and the fourth one, the fourth one does not feel like it's your child naturally. The third one, I'm not sure because I can see.
But I feel like the third and the fourth one,
I can see you taking on the responsibility of the child as if it's yours. It just doesn't.
The third one, I'm not sure
like
because I can see.
So it's either you like adopting a child within the family, or you like taking in a foster child. But that may be the case with the 3. But I feel like you'll end up with 4 children in your life.
Like adopting a child within the family, or you like taking in a foster child. But that may be the case with.
And when with your first baby, I want to say the first one is July or August of next year.
And when
I'm seeing baby energy
with
around
your
you at that
first
time.
baby,
So July,
I want to
August
say the first one is July or August of next year. So, because I'm seeing baby energy.
Oh my God!
At that time. So July, August.
Sega. I'm seeing Darkness Wins. Thank you for that. Like, I love. Oh my God, Sega. That takes me back to like those days. Is there a job?
Thank you for that. Like,
soon? What
I
should
love.
I
Oh my
know
God,
is coming?
Sega.
Yeah. There might be. There's a couple of different options.
Is there
one job
is there a
feels like it's not something you would want to do, and it may even require the use of your vehicle, and so there may be a lot of travel involved.
One job
I don't feel
like it's
confident that that's what you'll end up doing, and that may be coming up.
The use of your vehicle.
July. I want to say it's either
involved. I don't feel confident
either that's
what you
now
end up doing,
or within the next
and
30
that may be
days.
coming up.
That's the first one. Again, I don't really think you'll either do much of that one, or you may just do like a little bit and then decide if you're not going to
or
stick
within
with
the
it.
next 30 days.
There's another job opportunity that comes up that has to do with the distribution.
A little bit, and then decide you're not going to stick with it.
Packaging.
There's another job opportunity.
It's a company that deals with
has to do with the distribution.
So I'm seeing a few things. I'm seeing I have a family member who works for a company, and the company is a box company, so they produce boxes and ship them out to,
a few things.
you know, for components and stuff. So boxes, so it's like a cardboard. But then I'm also seeing a recycling center. But then I'm also seeing
for components and stuff. So boxes.
I'm almost seeing a system and a warehouse that has everything coordinated. So I'm seeing something like that. So here's what I'm going to say. It's either got to deal with a warehouse distribution center, or it's got to deal with a recycling center, or a company that deals with recycling in some way, or it's connected in some way with that. But there's some vibes to that I kind of want to describe in that way.
Or a company that deals with recycling in some way, or it's connected in some way with that. But there's some vibes to that I kind of want to describe in that way. Okay.
Amanda Cisneros. Hey, Ferny, my dad passed away recently. Does he have any messages for me? Yes. So he's doing this. So I don't know if there's a baby on the way that has been announced since his passing, or he's just wanting to acknowledge a baby.
So he's doing this. So I don't know if there's a baby on the way.
He also keeps acknowledging
that has been announced since his passing.
I know
he's just wanting to acknowledge a baby, but he's
I want to say Tanya.
Baby, so there's a reference there.
Tammy or
he also keeps acknowledging.
Tanya. I keep thinking of my friend Tanya. So I feel like he's trying to give me that name as being significant. So either he's got somebody with him who's got that name, or he's acknowledging the person that's got that name. He also is doing this, so there might be 2 necklaces that are significant or that are connected to him. He also keeps acknowledging. Thank you. I don't know if there was an issue where one of his nails was weird, and he was having issues with the tip of his finger, and he's almost like, this is fine, or this is better, or this is not an issue. So I don't know if he was having weird discoloration with his fingertips, or there was a weird coloring or mark, but he's showing me something with his fingers or hands, and it's almost like,
so I don't know if he was having weird discoloration with his fingertips,
he is also acknowledging the number 17,
but he's showing me something with his fingers or hands, and it's almost like,
okay, or January 7th.
I hope that makes sense to you.
10-9. Any messages from my spirit guide?
Okay,
yeah, so you may need to learn to
10-9.
hear what people are saying to you. And the reason why is because sometimes when we are aware,
to hear what people
we tend to like block people out, or we don't always pay attention to what other people are saying to us. But your guide is acknowledging that you may need to learn to pay more attention to what people are communicating to you, because you might be missing information, or you may not be aware of some things that you may be doing that you need to work on. So they're almost acknowledging paying attention to what people are saying, and then also using that to your advantage, or using that to improve things for yourself. They're also acknowledging that there might be an increase in your resources or financial resources at the end of this year. By default, you may immediately want to just use that in a fun and enjoyable way, and they're almost making it seem like you need to focus on taking care of responsibilities or taking care of obligations. So think about it before you act, because there might be some opportunities come up at the end of the year. Okay?
Taking care of responsibilities or taking care of obligations. So think about it before you act, because there might be some opportunities that come up at the end of the year. Okay? Hey, Marie.
Christina Garza. Ferny, do you see our new company venture in my regular 9-to-6 job failing, or will an investor come on board and help the financial situation? As far as the company's venture, I think that's what you're saying. I actually think that what I think may end up happening. First of all, I think that this may not go as expected, or y'all may start to panic a little, freak out with the company and what is planned for the rest of this year. I kind of feel like a little bit of panic as we go into the end of the year, and then I feel like at the end of the year something gets restructured or gets changed in a way that allows for a different option or set of options. I'm not seeing one financial, one investor. I'm actually seeing 3 smaller investors, or 3 companies, or 3 either 3 people or 3 organizations. But I'm seeing smaller. But I feel like it's more like the flow of business, or the flow of income, or the flow of opportunity through these 3 options that may expand or help to rework some of what the company is trying to do with the venture. I don't feel like the ideal. I don't feel like the venture is going to lead to an ideal situation. I feel like y'all are going to have to adjust this, because it doesn't feel right to me. It's almost like I made a vehicle, I've got 3 wheels, I'm missing a wheel. Something's missing. So it's not enough. And so it's almost like waiting for the magical 4th wheel to show up, or just changing the structure of the vehicle so that it only operates off of 3 wheels. So it's almost like a changing or a structural restructuring, but then again, these 3 investors or these 3 options for it to succeed. So I do think it'll come out of it, or it'll be able to kind of transition over to this other way of doing things, but it just feels like something isn't where it needs to be at.
I do think it'll come out of it, or it'll be
that makes any sense.
Transition over to this other way.
Sometimes I see more of the theme of something versus the people or the situation itself. So I have to grasp at the theme and try to break it down into smaller components so I can make more sense of it. So I hope that makes sense.
The situation itself, so I have to grasp at the theme and try to break it down into smaller components so I can make more sense of it. So I hope that made sense. Or hope you understood. Where I was going with that.
Gigi and Juju Adventures. Hey Ferny, do you see how will my dad's surgery go? Yeah, with the surgery, I kind of feel like, first of all, they're going to have to pay attention to his blood pressure, because I keep seeing his blood pressure becoming an issue or focus. I also feel that there might have to be more effort during the procedure or surgery than they expected. I kind of feel like, so for example, if someone were going to have a stunt put in, then instead of 1 stunt, they end up having 3 put in. Or if someone was going to have a knee adjustment, instead they end up having to do a knee replacement. It almost feels like it's more than what they expected, but it feels like it still works. So that's the way I want to describe the procedure or the surgery, where it feels like whatever they do, they have to do a lot more than they expected, but it feels like it
or
works.
If someone was going to have
so I feel good about it.
Adjustment, instead they end up having to do a knee replacement. It almost feels like it's more than what they expected, but it feels like it still works. So that's the way I want to describe the procedure or the surgery, where it feels like whatever they do, they have to do a lot more than they expected, but it feels like it'll work.
Hi, can you give me a follow-up reading
I feel good
what you said the other day? You mentioned that my mom was talking about a ring. So can you be a little more specific, because I don't remember what I said. So you'll have to. And you're saying that I talked about a ring. What did I say about the ring? What is it that you want to know? Because if you can ask me, I'll look for your follow-up question and see if I can see.
So can you be a little more specific? Because I don't remember what I said. So you'll have to. You're saying that I talked about a ring. What did I say about the ring, or what is it that you want to know? Because if you can ask me, I'll look for your follow-up question and see if I can see it. Okay?
Hey, Ferny, should I go through with marrying my heart? Should you go through with, well, I don't know what you should do or shouldn't do. You got to decide that for yourself. I ain't going to tell you what to do. I ain't nobody's pimp. So you have to figure out if you want to marry this person or not. However, I'll tell you what I see. I feel that you will end up getting married. So I'm going to say, yeah, I think you'll end up getting married.
I don't know what you should do or shouldn't do.
Within the first 2 years or at the 2-year mark,
I ain't nobody's pimp.
Like a struggle.
So you have to figure out if you want to marry this person or not.
I don't know why when people get married, they think that there's a miraculous change in the person once they get married. Like, where did you get that stupid idea? So I'm not saying that that's what you're expecting, but I'm just saying that out loud for people to hear me so they know what I'm saying. But I'm saying I feel like within the first 2 years there's a struggle, and that 2-year mark.
I don't know why when people get married,
you can get past the first 2 years, and I think that this changes the chance of going on further. But I feel like you'll end up
stupid idea. So I'm not saying that that's what you're expecting, but I'm just saying that out loud for people to hear me so they know what I'm saying. But I'm saying I feel like within the first 2 years there's a struggle, and that 2-year mark is a struggle. So if you can get past the first 2 years, then I think that this has a good chance of going on further. But I feel like you'll end up getting married. Okay.
Yeah, Kieran Louise Chase. Will my pregnancy be okay? What gender will my baby be? Thank you. Yeah. I feel like the pregnancy will be fine. It may even be. I do think the timing's going to be a little off. So either the baby's going to be too early or the baby's going to be too late. Not too late, like too late, but I mean like the baby's going to be a little early or the baby's going to be a little late. So y'all may have to induce pregnancy, or you may have to avoid.
I feel like the pregnancy
like popping it out, and so you might have to, because I feel like that I do think the timing's going to be a little off. I don't feel like, oh my god, I'm due today and the baby's going to come. It feels like it's off.
Not
the timing. And so that's one. Secondly, I'm not too worried about the baby. I'm actually more worried about your legs or your feet and ankles,
like popping it out,
because I can see you hurting yourself and then having to put your foot up just the one foot.
Oh my god, I'm due today.
You hurt yourself because you were trying to do something you shouldn't have been doing, and you end up tripping or hurting your foot or your ankle.
Secondly,
so please be
I'm not
careful.
Too worried about the baby.
Don't run around with flip flops, because if you're walking around with flip flops, that may be the thing that causes you. Like if you're walking on a flip flop and then it rips or rips and then you fall. Like that's what I'm talking about. So maybe try to avoid flip flops while you're pregnant. Maybe wear some tennis shoes or something that's a little more supportive, and don't be trying to do like acrobatics because you're gonna hurt yourself. Okay, but I'm worried about you, not so much the baby.
Like if
I'm gonna say I think the baby's a boy. I could be wrong. That's not my strong suit, but I'm gonna say it's a boy.
Maybe try to avoid flip flops while you're pregnant. Maybe wear some tennis shoes or something that's a little more supportive, and don't be trying to do like acrobatics because you're gonna hurt yourself.
You know why there's two boys?
But I'm worried about you, not so much the baby. I'm gonna say I think the baby's a boy. I could be wrong. That's not my strongest suit, but I'm gonna say it's a boy. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. Oh, you know why there's two voices? There he goes. You know why there was two voices in the video? Because after the thing kicked on, it freaking re-triggered. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, there's two voices because my MacBook was still recording my vocals right now live, and then there's also the live feed. That's what was going on there. So sorry, guys. I didn't even realize that. It's not supposed to do that. I don't know why it does that, specifically whenever I'm doing it this way, but whatever. WWE all day. Do you see me and Tavia getting together in future, Ferny? I have feelings there, so I definitely think that there's feelings there. I'm just not thinking that it's gonna be something that you can like build a life out off of. In my mind, I feel more like it's more of a like learning experience or friendship type thing. It feels more like that. It doesn't feel so much like this is the love of my life and I'm going to like end up with this person. I'm not getting that vibe with this person. Doesn't mean you can't, and if you really, really want to, then do whatever you feel you need to do. I'm just feeling more like you end up with somebody else. I'm not thinking this is the person you're going to end up with, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if the person you end up with has an M name, like Melanie or Melissa or it's got like, I'm seeing like an M name. So look out for an M name. Either that's the next person you end up dating or that's the person you end up with. Yeah, Rebecca. Hi, Ferny. My mom passed away when I was 13. Any messages from my mom for me? Yes. First of all, she is repeating her name, so I don't know if there have been either two names were reused, which means maybe she had two names and both of them have been reused, or her name's been reused twice. But she's acknowledging her name. She also keeps showing me something that feels. You know, when you think of like a cake, I keep thinking of like Great British Bake Off whenever I'm watching them making cakes and stuff. But it's almost like I'm thinking of like a cake and I'm seeing this flour on it. And it almost feels like this delicate, very like, it almost looks like plaster or like clay, but it's got this like, so I don't know if she's trying to acknowledge you having a sweet or candy or cake flour connected to her, or if there's some reference to creating this flour thing that she's somehow connected to. But there's something to that because she's making references. It doesn't feel like this is just, oh, I bought my mom flowers. This is not that. This is more like a constructed or artistic or cake flour, but there's something to this that she's making reference to. She also keeps acknowledging Jeannie, Jenny, Jennifer, Jenna, John, it's got a name like that. There's a reference to that, so she's acknowledging that name. She also keeps, thank you. She also keeps acknowledging. What is that? I'm gonna throw two numbers on you, out to you. One is 7, which would be July or the 7th of a month, and then the 10th, which would be October or the 10th of a month. So I'm kind of waiting to see those two numbers. So there's a reference to that as well. Also, butterflies are her sign. So look out for butterflies. Yeah, look out for butterflies, okay? Let's go over here. Like, what's going on, Freddie? I want to go next. Yeah, like, calm down. Stop with the demon inside your brain and just calm the hell down. That's what you need to be doing. Let's see. You know what? Let's bring somebody on. I feel like bringing somebody on. I feel like talking. I have nothing better to do, so let's talk. Let's do some.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm just enjoying living a life. What do you want to ask me about?
I wanted to ask you if I have 3 family members that I was very close to that have passed away, and I just want to know if they were around me, if they had any messages for me.
The one, there's one that I'm fixated on. It's a female. Okay. There's a female stepping forward that I want to fixate on. I don't know if this is one of the 3 that you're referring to, but let me describe her. So she is, it feels like she's okay, I don't know if I wouldn't say she's top heavy, but it feels like she's wanting to fixate on this part of her body, but she's doing something weird. She's like showing me her breast. She's showing me the area underneath the breast, and then she's like pointing to that area. So I want to say that there was either an effect or an issue that may have affected her in that area. She also keeps acknowledging a correlation with the date of her passing and another significant date around the same time as well. So she's acknowledging that as well. She also keeps acknowledging a doll or a small figurine as well. So there might be a doll or a small figurine that is connected to her also.
Yeah.
Is she one of the 3 that you were asking me about?
Yes.
Do you do watercolors?
Oh, no.
whenever you have a kid and they're like they've got the little paints and they've only got like 3 or 4. Like it almost is like painting with a twist. Have you ever been to painting with a twist?
Yes.
Okay. I'm thinking of painting with a twist and like watercoloring and stuff like that. Do you know if there's anything that was either done for this person or created that was made as like artistic or that was painted for this person?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay. So there's 3 things I want to say about this. One is I keep thinking of my sister's fiance. His mother passed away from cancer. She was an artist. She was a painter. So that's one thing that I'm thinking about, which is where my painting with the twist is coming in. And then she's acknowledging, but the colors. What is this? Either that or there's a portrait that was made, but it's not like a traditional picture. It's more like it's made into a portrait on a canvas. Either that's what she's talking about, or she's talking about the mixing of these colors together and it producing something artistic. That's okay. I'll leave that with you. You're going to have to think about it. I don't even know how to interpret it because I'm like, I don't understand the way you're saying that to me. She's sticking with it. I'm thinking of tie-dyes now. Do you know the tie-dyes where you used to like bunch shirts and then dip them in the thing and then they'd be all runny colors mixed together? Is there a tie-dye shirt or a hat or something that's tie-dyed?
No.
I'm seeing Mickey Mouse. Do you know there's a Mickey or a Disney connection and a tie-dye thing?
Not that I can think of.
Here's what I'm going to say. Do you know this person ever went to Disney World?
No, she didn't.
Okay. I don't know what this is, but the only thing I can think of that would make sense to me in my head is like a tie-dyed Disney shirt or a tie-dyed shirt or a shirt that she had that had these dyes to it that were mixed in or blended in this way. So there's something to this that I think she's trying to get at.
Okay. I mean, I think I remember her having a Mickey Mouse shirt that she wore a lot.
Was it tie-dyed?
But I don't remember.
When you look at the pictures, you'll see this. So this is the thing. Look at the pictures because she's acknowledging this visual, and I'm trying to figure out where she's going with this. Okay, thank you. She also keeps acknowledging there's a baby with her in spirit. Do you know of a baby that was miscarried, lost, or terminated?
Yes.
Got it. She's acknowledging this child in spirit with her, so to let the family know that this child is there. There's also 5 animals with her. Do you know of 3 dogs and 2 cats that are passed?
I know 2 cats of mine that have passed. That she said she didn't like cats, but she always let them come around her.
That's okay. No worries. You don't have to like cats. They're there with her, but she's got your 2 cats with her. So she's letting you know your 2 cats are with her. There are 3 dogs there as well. So there are 3 dogs that are also passed also. So she's acknowledging these animals. Okay. Josh. Is there a Joseph or Josh name connection? Joshua, Josh.
I have a cousin named Joshua.
Okay. Sidetrack because someone else is popping into the conversation, and I don't think this is the female that we were just talking to. I thought it was somebody else. This other person is a male, died young or unexpected. I wouldn't be surprised if there was either a homicide or a sketchy situation with this other person's passing. And they brought up that Joshua or Joe something name. Do you know of anything like that?
My cousin Josh, yes, he was found in the back of his car, and it really wasn't understood what happened to him. But my aunt and uncle believed it was murder.
I believe it's murder too, because he's making me feel like this is at the hands of somebody else. This wasn't acknowledging. This wasn't his doing. This was somebody else that caused this. He also says, was it kind of funny in the way that the police handled the situation?
My aunt said it was all just really weird.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is tied to someone that is tied to a police officer.
Oh, okay.
So if they look at that, if they look at it from that angle, that may answer a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
So that male is also wanting to just be acknowledged that he's fine and he's there. So he's acknowledging himself there as well. He's talking about your mom. Is your mom still alive?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. He's acknowledging your mom, so I think he just wants to say hi to your mom. So I guess that's where he's going with it. He's just a happy birthday. Are we within a month of a birthday? Your mom?
My daughter's birthday is coming up. No, not my mom.
Okay. He just said happy birthday. He brought it up right after your mother. So there's a date within 30 days that is connected to your mother that he's trying to acknowledge, or that they're acknowledging for your mom. So there's a date of significance within a 30-day period, forward or backwards, but there's a reference there because he's acknowledging. No, I'm sorry. His mom. Sorry. Is his mom. His mom. Are we within 30 days of his mom?
I can't remember when my aunt's birthday is.
That's okay. When you ask your mom, I mean, obviously you'll figure it out. But I think it's his mom. Sorry, I misunderstood it. I thought he was talking about your mom. Okay. He's talking about his mom. Happy birthday, mom. So to acknowledge the happy birthday, mom. So to let her know.
I will.
Okay, sweetheart. All right, my dear. You take care of yourself, okay?
I just want to tell you real quick, the connection you made with the breast. My grandmother had one of her breasts removed from breast cancer.
That's why, because she kept lifting it up, and it was like she was doing this. I was like, okay, I'm assuming that makes sense.
And she passed away on December 18th, which was her and my grandfather's wedding anniversary.
That's
related.
Yeah. Find that picture. She's wearing a tie-dye or like a bleeding of two colors, and it almost looks like paint, but it's a shirt, and they might even have Mickey Mouse. If you have a Mickey Mouse painted shirt like that she's got a picture in, she's just confirming herself with this picture.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, sweetheart. You take care of yourself.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, let's see. Going to the next person. Hello.
Hi, Ferny. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I still work tomorrow, but I mean, I get to pretend to be excited with y'all. So.
Great.
What did you want to ask me about?
I wanted to ask you, one of my best friends passed away back in March. I just wanted to know if he was happy, found his peace, and if he has any messages for us.
Yeah. First of all, he's blaming himself. Do you know if he put himself in this situation or he brought about his own passing?
Yeah, he committed suicide.
Okay. He makes me feel like he was going to do this a different way, and then he kind of got desperate and then went the route he went. So he's almost acknowledging that he had planned on doing it in a different way. He wants to apologize to his family because he feels like he's brought in a lot of shame to the family, and he's like so sorry that they're having to go through this. He's repeating his name. Do you know if he has a relative or like a grandfather who has the same name as him?
I'm not sure what his grandfather's name is, but I know one of his grandfathers had passed.
Okay, he's acknowledging being with the grandfather, but he's also acknowledging the person that he's with also. There's a name similarity. So if there's another person in the family that has the same name, he's just probably trying to let us know who's with. He also makes me feel, thank you. Was he going back and forth with someone in a relationship when this happened?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
He doesn't want to blame them, and in fact, he wants to apologize because he feels like he put so much unnecessary burden on this person for the rest of their lives, and he gets it now. So he's almost sorry about what has happened with this person and what was going on there. He also blames himself because he says he was not okay. He had not been okay for a long time, and he says the last 2 years have been a lot harder for him than people realize. He also is acknowledging the month of December. Do you know if there's a connection to December or the 12th of a month?
No.
Okay. Look and see if there's a date or birthday in December, because he's showing me December as being significant, or the 12th of a month as being significant. He also keeps Lance. Is there a Lance sounding name?
Lance, yeah, he's friends with Lance.
Okay. Just to say hi to Lance, or just to say hello to Lance. If Lance had a dream, it was true. It was a real dream, to let him know. He also says, you shouldn't blame yourself or even feel like you could have helped me. He's like, why would you even think that you should have reached out or you could have, like, it's like, so don't think that way. He says that's not, he wants nobody to think that way. He still blamed himself. So he's just making sure that you understand that. He says, I love you. So he just wants you to know he loves you.
Thank you so much, Ferny. That means so much.
Side note, be careful driving in any high water in the next month, because I see you getting a new vehicle in the next month, and I'm assuming either because something's happened to the vehicle or you just decide to buy a new one. So if you're not planning on it, be careful.
I just got a new car. Okay.
Be careful in the next month or so, because I don't want you to like end up in a situation your car's jacked up. So be careful with high water or with heavy rain situations in your vehicle. Just for the next month or so, okay?
Houston misses you. Come back.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. Take care,
Have
Mama.
a good weekend.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see. Hello.
Hey.
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm
It's
great.
Friday.
I know, yeah, Friday, yeah. What do you want to ask me about?
I'm not sure if I want to see if you can connect either with my grandma or a spirit guide. My grandma's real shy, so I don't know if she'll come forward. She's very shy.
That's funny. Do you have a rosary or cross connected to her?
No, I mean, I have something of hers.
She's showing me something that's got a cross, and it's either a necklace or it's a rosary. So I'm thinking she's acknowledging something like this. So there's a reference there.
Okay.
You don't have it. Someone has this because she's acknowledging. Yeah. She's laughing. So she's laughing. So she's cute. She's like, I'm not very good. Please forgive me. I'm like, you just don't have to apologize to me. So she's acknowledging the thing. Okay, got it. Do you have a two-piece picture where it's like a picture of her in one side and then there's another image? I don't know if it's of her at a different age or if it's of somebody else with her, but she's acknowledging this two-part picture.
We post a lot of pictures of her when she was younger and older, or her and her mother.
Perfect. So she's acknowledging these two-part pictures. She's aware of this. She's acknowledging that. She says, thank you. So this is just her way of acknowledging she's aware of what y'all do with this. Birds are a symbol from her, specifically doves, white doves. So look out for these because they're going to be like all over the place. And if you ever come out of a Home Depot or something and there's a dove on top of your car, that's her. So she's acknowledging them like that. She also keeps, thank you. Do you know there's a connection to the name Cruz or Luz?
Yeah, a couple different ways, not necessarily family. Is it someone else? Maybe that's past.
What she showed me was my cousin's father's mother's name is Cruz, which is where I got the Cruz from. So okay. And then Luz is just like it's just a flip of the sound of it. So, but she brought that up. I just don't know what reference she's meaning yet.
I was very strongly connected with a neighbor. We all grew up in the same block. Okay. Like I grew up on the same block. Yeah. The neighbor next to me, which we grew up with them, their son, I was real close to him. He committed suicide, and I'm always connecting them together. His name was Anthony Cruz.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's that way. It might be.
Was he really cute?
He was younger than me. He was adorable.
But did he think of, like, did you know if he, like, acted like he was it? Or do you know if he was just really cute and he would, like, use that?
I think he put it up as a front. He had a lot of insecurities. Maybe. I don't know.
If you looked at him without knowing him, if I looked at him, would I think he's cute?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he comes across this way. So this is how he's... Is he the second? Is he the second Anthony?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is him. Okay, so here's the thing. He's trying to give a sense of himself to me, and I feel like he's giving me a completely different spin on himself than what you would have assumed or what you would think. So I'm just going to go with where he's going.
Yeah.
Did you... Thank you. Okay. So you know how sometimes, like, whenever there's an accident or an incident that happens at, like, a property or at a location, people will take stuff and they'll put candles there, etc. Was this done for him?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Okay, because he's showing me, like, people leaving stuff for him.
Yeah, we had his funeral was huge. It was,
this wouldn't be a funeral. This would be, like, at the front of his house or, like, in a spot that would have been special for him. Because he's showing me, like, I always feel like...
I think so.
Okay. He showed me something like this. Do you also know, thank you, he's knocking on the window. Do you know if you ever like to knock on the window?
Probably. He had the front room that was closest to our house, so.
Okay. He's knocking on the window. So here's what I'm going to say. Whenever you hear knocking on your window and you look outside and nobody there, that's him. He's just knocking on your window because he's like still your neighbor. So that's how he puts it. So he's like knocking on the window. something feels a little bit the suicide. Do you know if he had taken medication or he was taking stuff when this happened?
He may have been. He may. I don't know for sure. He may have been.
The way I want to describe this is, it doesn't feel like I wake up today and I'm going to kill myself. It feels like I wake up today and then I take something and I totally have a reaction that I did not expect. It messes with my brain and then I do what I do. So
he has a lot of issues, so he may have been on medication for it.
It feels like he had a reaction to something, or he took something that his mind did not react, because it almost feels like I go through a mental breakdown in the moment that I take this. It starts and I just lose control, and that's the way he wants to describe it. Did he shoot himself?
No.
Okay. He's showing me. No. Did they find a gun in his room?
They may have. That's not the way he went, but they may have.
Because he keeps talking about having shot himself or wanting to shoot himself.
Yeah, I know it was, he had been thinking about this for a while, so he may have. That may have been the way he wanted to.
Here's what I'm going to say. I think what was going on is he was experimenting with stuff. He started having a mental breakdown in a series of episodes, and it was inevitable because he had completely lost control of things. And then on top of that, either he was misusing his medication or wasn't on them anymore and stopped taking them. But he's almost acknowledging like the breakdown and the reaction in his body sent him down a spiral. Even in thank you, 3 months. Okay, and this might have actually started to really build up or peak the 3 months before his actual passing, because he says the 3 months. So I'm thinking that's where he's going with this. Junior. Do you have a sibling named Junior?
No,
okay.
He was a junior.
Oh, he's a junior. Okay, so he's acknowledging junior. Does he have a brother as well?
Yes.
Okay, he's probably just trying to acknowledge his brother as well. Do you know if his brother has had a kid since his passing?
Not that I'm aware of, but he might have. I could check.
He's laughing, so either he has a kid and he's acting like he doesn't have a kid, or he just found out there's a kid coming. But he's talking about a kid and his brother. So to FYI with the brother, okay? Let me go back to your grandma for a second because I want to fixate on her. Do you have a picture of your grandma with a flower next to her face? Or a rose next to her face?
I think we do, yeah.
She's just showing me that. So she's making reference to this. Also, April. Do you know there's a connection to the month of April? Or the 4th of a month?
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
It might, I mean, I don't know. Nothing on top of my head.
There's an anniversary. There's an anniversary because she's showing me April, and then she's showing me like a silver balloon, which is an anniversary for me. So there's an anniversary she's acknowledging in April. Yeah, it's got to be a wedding or an anniversary. She's showing me April, and she's showing me like that wedding vibe. So there's an anniversary or a wedding reference in April. So
okay.
You may need to ask your mom, but she's okay. She's with you. Ladybugs are a sign, so look out for ladybugs.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Mama.
Have a good weekend. Bye.
All right, let's see, going here.
Yes.
Hello. Hi, sweetheart.
Nice to see you. So, my 14-year-old sister and my 17-year-old brother passed away, and I was wondering if they had any messages for me.
Yeah. With your sister, do you know if there was an effect on her brain or her head?
She died of an overdose.
Okay. Do you know if was she already dealing with stuff before she died? Was she
I'm
already?
pretty sure. Yeah. So my sister's here.
Oh, no. Hey, hi. Okay, cool.
Hi.
So I got somebody in. Okay, so she's pointing to her head. So I want to say that there was something. The way she says is my brain was broken. So that's the way she puts it. My brain was broken. She also says this got worse after puberty. So this just may have started and getting worse and more intense after puberty, which would make sense because of the hormonal changes. She also keeps acknowledging.
He had a lot of mental illnesses.
That would make sense. That would make sense. She's also showing me a heart with a letter in it. Do you know there's a connection to a heart with a letter in it for her?
A letter?
Mm-hmm. Like a letter, like M or L or like a letter in a heart.
Maybe.
Okay. She showed me a heart and then there's a letter in it. Either that or there's a picture of her making the heart with a letter in it. But there's something about a heart and a letter in it that she's acknowledging. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Do y'all ever hang out around a fire pit?
No.
Okay. She's showing me an image of being around a fire or a fire pit. Okay. Do you know if people got together and honored her or did something for her around?
Maybe. Yeah, because before she passed away, she was hanging out with my brother a lot, and they were hanging around a group of people.
I think we went near a fire pit.
I think so, yeah. They were hanging out and they were with a group of people. I'm not sure what they were doing. Yeah. They were kind of.
There's a situation. There's a thing with the fire pit. So because I feel like I'm around a fire and people were around a fire. So she showed me something like this. So there was something there that happened after her passing though. So people got together or they did something in honor of her after her passing that had to do with being around a fire or fireplace. So just FYI with that in case, and you may have to just think about it or look into it. Okay. She also keeps acknowledging the 22nd. Do you know there's a connection to the 22nd?
Yes, that is actually when she passed away.
Perfect. She's just confirming or validating the 22nd. She also keeps, thank you. Is there an Aaron or an Eric name?
Aaron or Eric?
Not that we know.
Or AR?
Her name was Aurora,
that's it.
Possibly in her friend group.
No, that's her name. That's it. She's trying to give me her name, so that's her name. She's trying to spell it out. I'm like, okay, where is it going? She also keeps acknowledging. Do y'all have shirts that y'all made for her?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you also, thank you, are y'all planning on doing like a walk or like raising awareness for like mental illness or for like mental health awareness?
I was thinking of doing that in the future when I'm a bit older.
She's like, why are you waiting till you're older? Like, she's like, why are you waiting? Why are you? She's like a pain in the ass too. So she's like looking at you. She's like telling you that you should look into this sooner rather than later because there may be something else beyond just raising awareness for you specifically. So she's making reference to that. Did y'all make a double band bracelet or a double color bracelet for her or for them as well?
That, I think, was her friend. Okay,
because she's acknowledging the double color, the double band, but there's a reference there. She also keeps, thank you. His energy is different. His energy feels very, very different. He's putting his hand over his mouth. Whenever someone does that, it usually means either I didn't get a chance to say goodbye or I'm not able to speak before my passing. But I kind of want to twist this in a different way. Was he holding some things back before his passing, or was he not telling everybody everything that was going on with him?
Her and my brother, their siblings too, they were doing drugs, and I didn't know how I didn't know that she was doing drugs at all, and she denied it.
He's kind of a private person.
Yeah, and my brother.
He's very different energy from her. Do y'all suspect that he was involved with people or he was doing some shady things?
Yes, he got involved with a girl that gave him.
Yeah, both of them.
I almost feel like he might have even been getting it for other people because he almost gives me that vibe of like I'm getting it, but I'm giving it to people because he's doing reference to me. Something. Even though with her, you said it was an overdose, with one of them, whatever they took was wrong or it was bad stuff because it feels like it wasn't right. You know, last year, remember when people were like vaping and they were getting all sick and they were trying to figure out what was wrong with people?
Yeah.
It almost reminds me of like the stuff is bad or something's wrong. So that's the way they're making me feel.
Yeah.
The brothers acknowledging the month of May. Do you know if there's a connection to either May or the 5th of a month?
May or the 5th of a month? No.
Okay. He's showing me May or the 5th of a month. So there's a reference. My birthday's May 6th. So it's either May or the 5th of a month, unless I'm wrong, it's 6th. But there's the reference to that. He also, thank you, get along, or were they not okay with each other?
Yes. Don't put me on. I won't put her on.
Got it. He's acknowledging that. Does he blame your dad for a lot of stuff, or does he just hold a lot of anger towards him?
Yeah.
He says that it's almost like when I'm angry and I don't know how to release it, and I start to turn into someone I don't want to be, and it's almost like becoming a different person. He says he's forgiven your father, and he says that that is helping him to find heaven. So he's acknowledging that. He also says that, okay, part of his penance in his state, he's been assigned to be a spirit guide to people who are stuck in the game and want out. So his job now is to actually internally communicate to people who are involved in drugs or selling or in that type of thing to pull them out. And he's acting as a voice of conscience. That's part of his penance. So that's what he's got to do to get right with himself. But he says that that's what he's doing now. Is there also it's going to sound weird. Is there an animal that's got a puppet name?
Yes. Not necessarily a puppet, but he has a really strange name.
Well, I'm thinking of an animal, and then I'm thinking of like a puppet, but I keep thinking of that puppet from that movie. What was it, The Puppet Master? Those weird little monitos that were scary looking. So it's a scary like monito, or it's a scary puppet. What was the animal's name?
We had a lot of animals. It could have been a number of them.
Well, this would be like... It's like the name of a puppet from a scary movie and this animal. So like if someone was named Chucky, that's a scary doll or puppet. There's something to this animal that has a scary or a puppet name. So he's referencing something like that. So y'all may need to think about it because he's showing
I'll probably need to think about it.
Do y'all also know, remember the movie, the Halloween movie? What is it? It's like the Nightmare Before Christmas. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. He's showing me that. So I kind of feel like all those go together. So those pieces go together with what he's trying to say about the puppet or the dog or the animal. So just remember that as well. He's apologizing to mom. Is mom not the easiest person to deal with either? Okay. He's like understands that difficulty. So he gets it. But he still wants to apologize to her. So regardless of what people think about your mom or what they would want to say to her, he still is apologizing to her regardless. Okay. Also, do you have a bedspread or a blanket that belonged to him?
Yes.
Okay. So he's just acknowledging that in the bedspread or the blanket. There's a funny thing. Did y'all one year dress as ghosts and put sheets with the hose on it, or like make a like little ghost puppet and like sit it on a chair and was like the ugliest looking thing ever?
I did.
My sister did.
Got it. Yeah, he's fine. He's just like bringing up old memories and like stuff that y'all would enjoy doing and stuff like that. He's fine. He's okay. There's a Jonathan or a Johan also there as well.
Grandma's on the phone. She's
okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. What did you say?
There's a Jonathan or a Johan name also connected. That's passed.
I do know a Jonathan, but maybe
passed.
He passed? No.
There's a Johan or a Jonathan that's passed. That's also with him.
Noah, maybe.
No, this is like a Johan or a Jonathan. It starts with a J, but it's like Johan or Yanni or Jonathan. It's got like it almost could be a Y, but it's like a J sound is what I want to go with it.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, this person, this is someone's person from school, or they worked with this person. So there's someone that has that name that's connected to a job or a school situation that he's acknowledging. It's also there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you get anything from the name Gabby?
As far as what? It's like someone that's passed or someone that's alive?
No, someone that's alive. Do you get like anything connecting to my brother or my sister, for that matter?
I'm not sure I understand the question. Turn it into for me.
There was a person that they were associated with heavily, and her name was Gabby.
That's not her name anymore. That's not her real name.
Oh.
Did y'all look into her?
Yeah, Gabriella maybe.
Okay.
Gabriella.
If you go by Gabby, you won't find it. But it feels like there's two names, like Gabriella Anna, or Anna Gabriella. It's almost like a two-part name, but she made a second name and not the Gabby name, even though the Gabby name may be the name they knew her by. But have y'all looked for her or tried to find her?
Yes.
No, we know her, but we.
Okay. do you know there's another person connected to Gabby who also died?
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot more to this whole thing.
Yeah.
She's a mess, just so y'all know. Just she's a mess. Stay away, like just stay away, because I feel like she's a mess. But if she just suddenly disappears or goes missing and people are looking for her, there's a change to her name, because I feel like her name's changed, or she's changed her name.
Okay.
Okay. So if anything comes up and y'all need to get a hold of her or find her, look for a name change, because that's what's gonna, or look and see if she legally changed her name, because that may be the thing that helps y'all to get a hold of her.
Okay.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. Y'all take care of yourselves.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate this. Bye.
Oh, absolutely. All right, guys, I'm out of time. So I will be back in about 5 minutes or so for our study group time. So until then, I'm going to be on vacation next week, so I probably will not be doing lives next week, but I'll be back the week after that. All right, guys. Love you all.